Yes, dude. Yes, dude. This video is gonna be 4 hours long. I know it. Yes, dude. All right. What is up, dude? We're back after like 2 years. And I don't even care. Because I've been posting all this football shit on my gaming channel. And I'm like, I need a separate channel for my football shit and a separate channel for my gaming shit. And why would I make a new channel when I already have like 6 channels already, So I'm like, let's fucking do this one. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Let's just add on to this one. And it's working perfectly. So, yes, dude. Yes. Yes, man. Dude, I made the thumbnail is the best thing I've ever made in my life, I think. The thumbnail that I fucking made for this video is so... Russell Wilson, man. Russell Wilson. Got the fucking... Russell Wilson, man. He's not going all the way this year. Because we have a hard as shit schedule. Dude, I want to start posting on this channel more, man. I definitely should. You know what I should fucking do, dude? I don't know. Dude, I seriously got to start posting on this channel more. So I don't fucking post at all anymore. I want to, but I guess this is a start. And, this is, I don't think most of the people that have ever watched the videos on this channel give a shit about football. But hey, I don't care because it's my channel. You know what I'm saying? So it's my channel, so I'm gonna post what I want. You know what I'm saying? And if you don't want to watch it, you don't have to watch it, but that's fine. Right now, since this is gonna take 700 hours, I have garlic bread. I have garlic bread and a Special K brown sugar cinnamon pastry crisp, which I'm just gonna dive right into that right now. This fucking, where the fuck did I put them? The fucking doctor a few days ago gave me cephalexin because I have a UTI and well, I don't know if it is, but every time I piss it burns like hell, you know what I'm saying? So went to the doctor and she's like, sounds like a UTI, and then she gave me cephalexin. I'm supposed to take 1 pill every 6 hours for 5 days, so that's 20 pills, right? And it'd been 2 days. It was yesterday morning, and they fucking called me, or like a day and a half, and they fucking called me, and she was like, yeah, I'm leaving out a whole big part of this story. The doctor was a woman, and I only saw her for maybe 2 minutes. That's an exaggeration. I saw her for maybe 30 seconds. She literally just told me, yeah, I'm going to put you on this medication. And that was it. So the guy that was asking all my symptoms and shit, his name was Muhammad, obviously. But he spoke English, but not in a way that nurses, should, So he didn't really know English. But he could speak it, but not really. So he was like, asked my symptoms and shit, and was confused at all of it, which don't be, because you're a nurse. So, and then he was like, when's the last time, I'm not going to do the accent because that's extremely racist, because it would only be racist if I couldn't do his exact accent, and I know I definitely can't. So I'm not going to try. But get this fucking ad out of here. Nu-X CBD. Great. Love it. Love it. I actually have my fucking... I don't know where it went. Yo, close this damn ad out. That's not going to work. But he was like, when's the last time it hurt? And it's like, not every time I piss. It's maybe 20% of the time I piss, it fucking burns, dude, So I was like, he was like, when's the last time? And I was like, yesterday, I think. And then before that, it was like 4 days ago. And then he was like, okay, so the pain started 4 days ago. And I was like, no. Last time was yesterday. And then before that, the second to last time was 4 days ago. I'm saying a lot of words he didn't understand, So he was like, okay, so it started 4 days ago. And I was like, No, this, it's been, my dick hole has been burning for a year. I'm only here because my dad goes, you know, it is probably cancer, so I'm going to make you an appointment. And that's the only reason I'm here. I knew it wasn't cancer. I know it's not cancer. But still, my dad goes, hey, it's cancer, get an appointment. Because he's a paramedic and thinks he knows everything about medicinal. And so I'm there. I'm like, it's been going on for a year, but the last time I had pain was yesterday. Before that, 4 days ago. He's like, and then I saw him write down started 4 days. Not started 4 days ago. He wrote started 4 days on the paper. What are you doing? What are you doing? And so he fucking, I take a urine sample. Oh, dude, I am telling you, this dude, he fucking, he's telling me how to piss in a cup and spends 5 minutes directing me on how to piss in a cup. So there's two cups, one that they send out to get tested and one that the doctor's office keeps, which, you know, and then, so he's like, step by step directions. He hands me a wipe. He's like, for this one, you just pee in it. And then for this one, this is the one we send out to be tested. He wasn't talking this fluently in English either. He's like, I want you to pee a little and then stop and wipe the tip of your penis and then pee into this cup. And then you could finish into the toilet. And then I go, okay. And he goes, and he looked at me. He goes, and if you have foreskin, just pee a little and then wipe and then pull your foreskin back and then wipe again. And I go, you know, what? What? Okay. Anyways, so, and then and then the doctor comes in and she's like, so it's been going on for 4 days. I'm like, no. I'm like, no, dude. And she's like, okay, well, I fucking get the medicine, and then I go to my dad's or my grandparents' place because my dad was there because he lives with his parents and he's 39. So I go there and he looks at the medicine, and because he's a paramedic, thinks he knows everything medicinally. And so he's like, oh no, this is you cannot take this. I'm going to call the doctor's office and get you a new prescription right now. And I was like, well, first of all, someone's crying downstairs. So I'm like, first of all, I'm 18. I'm an adult. So you can't call the doctor and say change the prescription, you know? So he calls the doctor because he's like, this one, our family has a really long history of tendon problems, and this one really, there's so many stories and research of, you know, just people's Achilles snapping after they've been on this medication. I'm like, okay. And I'm like, don't call them because it doesn't matter to me. And he's like, he calls them on his phone. And of course they go, give the phone to Ben because I'm an adult. And so I take the phone and I'm like, yeah, it's fine. You could talk to him. I don't give a shit. And then they transfer him to the doctor, and then the doctor goes, can I talk to Ben? And I'm like, yeah, it's fine. And then this dumbass, I fucking was telling him for literally 15 minutes before he called, I was like, hey, the doctors prescribed it. It's what they best recommended. I think it'll be fine. And he is stubborn ass, dude. He was like, no, it's not. I know what I'm talking. Like, flipping out. And so the doctor, he's like, And of course, he does that stupid voice. You know how people have such a different voice when they're talking to people they like as opposed to people they don't like? You know what I'm saying? So my dad's screaming at me, and as soon as he gets on the phone with the doctor, he's like, "Yeah, actually, I was just wondering because I that kind of medicine. I know our family has a really long history of tendon problems, and for years I've always kind of avoided that kind of medicine because I don't want anything to happen. My son, he's my son, so he has probably has tendon problems too. So I don't want it's just really just because I'm just wondering, is there another medicine that you could prescribe that's maybe not this?" And then the doctor goes, "No, that's not the medicine you're thinking of." Dude, yes, dude, yes, dude. And then he goes, and then she explained it to him, and he goes, this so bitch right here, the most bitch thing that happened. Oh man, he goes, obviously so embarrassed because I'm sitting there laughing at him, and he goes, "Oh well, yeah, yeah, I didn't know that. Well, thank you for educating me on medication. Thank you very much, and I'm sorry to bother you." So, and then hung up. Dude! Oh my god, dude. Also, the entire point of me telling the story, I'm not even there yet. So fucking, oh my god. Um, but fucking, no, the reason I'm saying they fucking called me after a day and a half of me using the medication, and fucking they're like, "Yeah, we got it tested, and there wasn't any organism growing in the sample, so you could stop taking the medicine." And I'm like, "Then what's wrong with me?" You know what I'm saying? And it was the guy that barely spoke English that I was talking on the phone with, so I'm like, "Oh, this is just a lost cause." So I just hung up. But that's like, man, ow. I guess this shit'll just burn forever, man. You know what I'm saying? And I'm fine with that. I'm fine with that. Alright. Let's fucking get into this shit, man. Stream health. Alright, let's fucking do this. Big crunch, big wavy Pringles? Yo. Yes. Yes! Love her. Alright. We're starting off. This episode is going to be episode. I keep saying episode, man. I'm used to my fucking gaming channel, man. This video is going to be 700 years old. 700 years long. But let's fucking start off. Let's jump into this shit. Post-draft, my predictions. Anyways, this awesome site, playoffpredictors.com. They've been kind enough to let me stream on their website. So let's do this right now. So fucking what we're doing, dude, this is an insane season 2. Dude, 17 games. It's so whack. It's so whack that they're doing that. But anyways, let's fucking start off here. Okay. So, starting off, we got Steelers, Bills. Both fucking, dude, amazing team. The Bills, I mean, this is kind of, guaranteed. Also, it's such a weird order that they put this shit in, you know what I mean? So weird, dude. Like, why is the Thursday night football all the way over there? Why is Monday night over here? Alright, let's just go in order, I guess. So, Steelers, Bills. This one, Steelers lost so many key points. They're not going to be the team they were last year. All they got left are the TikTokers, and that's really not good enough. They did address some of that line. They did get a good running back. But the Bills are just, even with the Bills draft, you could see that they were stacked because they didn't even really care about what they were picking. This is Bills right here, all the way. Let's see, Bills all the way. And then let's see. Browns Chief. This one is going to be the best, I think, the best game of week 1. Even I know we have Packers Saints, but this is going to be the best game of week 1. This one, because Browns are ready to redeem themselves, and they have that defense solidified. I know I'm not going to spend this long on every single week. I'm just basically opening up my thoughts for each team, and then we're going to move a little bit quicker throughout all the other weeks. But the Browns solidified that defense. They got J.O.K. Dude, they're stacked, and they got Nick Chubb and fucking Kareem Hunt. Or maybe OBJ will last longer than 3 games this season, you know? But Browns, Browns, even healthy or not, they're just a beast of a team, and they would have made it to the AFC Championship last year if it weren't for a targeting call that wasn't called, you know? So this is Browns are looking to redeem themselves. The Chiefs too. It's a really hard one. It's going to be a great game. So many points on both sides of the football. But the Chiefs, they saw what happened to Patrick Mahomes in the Super Bowl. They got rid of they wiped off their O-line and replaced everyone. The Corey Lindsey, dude, they have everyone on their O-line, you know? And their defense is is good. It's decent, you know? But with Patrick Mahomes, and that O-line, they have enough to get back to what they were 2 years ago. But I think the Chiefs are going to start out with a loss here, which is odd for Pat and Andy Reid. But I think the Browns are really looking to redeem themselves this year. So Dolphins, Patriots. This one, Patriots got so many key points, you know. They got Mac Jones. They have Cam Newton back, who wasn't too great. He sucked last year. But they do I think, other than, you know, are they starting Mac Jones, starting Cam Newton? I think they're gonna start Cam Newton and have Mac Jones kind of back up, and have him kind of learn the ropes, because that feels like a Bill Belichick thing to do, you know. I don't think he's just gonna start a new kid out the bat. And he, it's just, I don't see the Patriots. They're after Tom Brady, they're evolving, you know, and they're trying to be better. And they're definitely in the trenches now, I think, but they're restructuring for a better team. And maybe Mac Jones is going to be their franchise quarterback. But I think, or maybe he'll be another Sam Darnold, you know. But I think they're really restructuring now, and I don't think in between, same with the Jaguars, but in between the restructuring phase, I think it's more of like, you know, a 9-8 or 8-9 team. I think it's more of like a 9-8 or an 8-9 team. I really don't think it's a playoff team, and I don't think it's, man, I think 9-8 is generous too. And the Dolphins, woo! The Dolphins got so many key points, you know what I'm saying? Jalen Waddle, too. Tua and Jalen? Man. What is going on? Dude, my dogs just love to bark at nothing. Anyways, the Dolphins, Browns, 2 best defenses in the NFL right now. I know Rams, but they lost some key points. So for now, I'm sticking Browns, Dolphins, 2 best defenses in the league. And the Dolphins, they really solidified that defense. And yes, they lost Ryan Fitzpatrick. I think that's the only downside to the Dolphins team this year. But really, you know, now they have to rely on Tua instead of, you know, switching back and forth Tua and Fitz. But, man, the Dolphins are just insane. And they got Jalen Waddle on the offense now. I think the Dolphins and the Browns are 2 stacked teams. And I think the AFC East is really going to be a a good division, not in terms of, Patriots and Jets, but the Dolphins and Bills. That's going to be a fight for the division. And let's see. Jaguars, Texans. Texans had the worst draft I have ever seen in my life. Jaguars got Jaguars. They got Trevor Lawrence, which I don't think Trevor Lawrence is the best. Personally, I don't think he's the best quarterback in the draft. But he is a good QB. They got a franchise quarterback. They're really solidifying that defense, They're not solidifying it. They're doing their best, And apparently they forgot about James Robinson and drafted a new running back. And they have a new offensive coordinator, Mr. Passing Coordinator for the Seahawks. Forget his name because he left, so he's dead to me. So, we're going to have to look that up right now. Jaguars. Is he their... I think he's their passing coordinator. Or is he like their QB? Yes, dude. Don't remember. Don't remember what he is. Okay, so I'm just going to search Seahawks offensive coordinator because I don't remember. Shane Waldron. Well, yes, but who was the old one? Ryan Schottenheimer. Yes, dude. All right. I'm so happy that I forgot that. See, Jaguars are rebuilding. They're not going to be too great this year, I don't think. And the Texans, I think, are probably going to be the worst team in the league. So I'm going to have to go Jaguars here. Trevor Lawrence starting off with a W. Ravens, Raiders. Ravens. They got a wide receiver. That's great. Rashad Bateman is so great. I honestly love him. Not even really much to say. The Ravens are stacked, and the Raiders just fell apart. The Raiders absolutely fell apart this year, and with the draft, they just... I don't really know what their plan is, long term, but they lost, I think, all of their key players except for Derek Carr, and but I have to give the W to the Ravens because obviously Vikings, Bengals, I don't know what they're doing. They got Jamar Chase, which awesome. He's a great wide receiver. And that's great that they got another weapon because they lost AJ Green. But I think they should have gone Penei Sewell. I'm saying every single sentence. I think they should have gone Penei Sewell, but they did address the offensive line later on in the draft, so that was good for them, but Joe Burrow is really going to have to figure out what he's doing, and they're also in. Jaguars, Patriots, Bengals, Lions, they're all in restructuring mode, and same with Jets and Panthers, and the Falcons have just completely given up trying, so, and Vikings got, I think they're possibly a playoff team. Oh, it's going to be close. It's going to be close. I think they're going to be a playoff team. They got Patrick Peterson, which I don't like his New Jersey number, but not his New Jersey number, his new space jersey, not the state, his jersey number. I don't like the new one. But they got PP. They got a good, solid defense. They still have Kirk, who's good in training camp. So I think Vikings are going to come out with a win because Bengals Joe Burrow just isn't good enough. I don't know, but Macaulay Culkin is just going to keep getting sacked until they address that O-line situation. Seahawks Colts. This one is also, I think, going to be one of the best games here because both the defenses are fire. Seahawks defense last year started out terrible, got amazing, top 5. Colts started off amazing and ended, they were falling apart. But I think both of them really solidified their defense. Seahawks have Carlos Dunlap back. They did lose Shaquille Griffin, but they did get Trey Brown to cover for that. And so I really think, the Seahawks have figured out what they want to do, and if they do re-sign KJ Wright, then that's really gonna be it for them. That's really gonna be great for them. But if they don't, then they still have Jordan Brooks, and Jordan Brooks is an outstanding linebacker. And the Colts, everyone's predicting the Colts are gonna win, but their defense, they've solidified it enough, but is it enough to stop the Seahawks? And DK Metcalf, Tyler Lockett, Gerald Everett now, which is amazing. Yes, dude. And Dwayne Eskridge, So I don't know if that's enough to stop them. Plus the Seahawks defense with how solidified they have been. Carson Wentz has never beat the Seahawks, and this is not going to be his first time, So Seahawks, and I'm a Seahawks fan. But I'm being as unbiased as I can, or trying to be. But no, I'm trying to be as unbiased as I can. Let's see, Chargers football team. This is gonna be, I think, the 3 best games I think of this this week are gonna be Browns Chiefs. These fools over here. Packers Saints and Chargers football team. Because two amazing teams. Chargers defense, yeah. Washington offense, yeah. Washington defense, Chargers offense. So, man, the Chargers just really figured out everything they wanted to do this season. And I think the Chargers are a definite playoff team this year. I think they're definitely a wild card team this year. They're not going to win the division, I don't think. And if the Broncos do get Aaron Rodgers, they may be. But I love how disrespectful I am, just eating while I'm streaming. But the Chargers figured out with their O-line, they got everything going for them, They've already restructured, and now they're a team that you don't want to face, So I'm glad the Seahawks are only facing them in preseason. And Washington, they got Curtis Samuel, they got Fitzy, so they're really they got Terry McLaurin, or they have Terry McLaurin. So I think they're also in kind of like they're more focused on winning now instead of restructuring for the future, which I'm not sure about. I don't really like that approach. So it's it's a team that's already established and knows what they want, and they're moving ahead with it, versus a team that is trying to get what they want right now instead of working for it. So I think I give the Chargers the edge here because I just think Justin Herbert, and yes, Washington has an outstanding defense, but that O-line is just going to give Justin Herbert way too much time, Okay, now here we go. I'm doing these predictions as if Aaron Rodgers is still in Green Bay. But Broncos Giants, this is a toss up here. The Broncos solidified. I've used that word so much. That's the word of the day. The Broncos have everything figured out. They know what they want. Their defense is outstanding. They have a lot of good pieces on offense. Their only downside is their quarterback, which they refuse to do anything about. Yes, they got Teddy Bridgewater, but that is not an option. Teddy Bridgewater is not an option. You have Drew Lock and Teddy Bridgewater. Those are not viable options. Okay? Teddy Bridgewater was good not in the NFL, though. Okay? So, I don't know. And versus the Giants defense, they're going to put up 3 points, too. The Giants have everything on defense, you know? And I could say the exact same about the Giants. They have everything figured out. They have their defense figured out. They have a lot of good weapons on offense. But their quarterback is the downside. I despise Daniel Jones, you know? I despise him. Maybe it's because he looks like that, but I despise him. So, I love the Giants too. I just hate him. And they got rid of GT3. So that's a big part of, you know, please Seahawks sign him. But the Seahawks have too many wide receivers. Didn't they sign? They have DK, Tyler Lockett, Freddie Swain, Dwayne Eskridge, Kadarius Toney, and didn't we sign another one? We don't need that much. But yeah, so I don't know. This one's really a toss-up, but I think the Giants' defense is a little bit better than the Broncos, and the Broncos' offense is a little bit worse than the Giants. So I got to give the edge to the Giants. The Giants are also in a mode, they know what they want, but they're not quite there yet. You know, they know what they want. They have most of their pieces, but they still haven't put it all together. You know, they still haven't figured out exactly what's going on. Why are the Buccaneers in the playoffs when they haven't even won a game yet? You know, so let's see here. How is someone that lost a game ahead of someone that hasn't played a game? I don't know. I don't know how they do these, but okay. Jets, Panthers. Now this one, Jets, restructure mode. Panthers, restructure mode. You know, I think Panthers are really hoping that Sam Darnold could be their franchise QB, because Sam Darnold, he was fantastic in college, and the Jets just destroyed him, you know. And I think this is going to be a really big game to start for Sam Darnold, because this is his game. He finally gets to fucking destroy his previous team, you know, for what they did to him. But it's really, Jets have nothing. I think they know what they want. They finally fired Adam Gase. Their restructuring is also a word of the day, but they're trying to figure everything out, and they're not there yet. And I don't think Zach Wilson was a good choice. I think Justin Fields would have been it. I don't know why Zach Wilson was the pick. I think Trey Lance is better than Zach Wilson too. But they do have a franchise QB, I think. Hopefully, don't move Zach Wilson anywhere else, because I want him to be destroyed. So, you know, with that item, and they lost Pierre Desir to the Seahawks. So, but yeah, I think this, and the Panthers, they lost Curtis Samuel. This kind of sucks. They lost a lot of people, but they do have Christian McCaffrey and a lot of good players on defense, you know. A lot of good players. And they got Sam Darnold, and Sam Darnold is a good QB with a good coaching staff and a good offense. So I'm going to give this to the Panthers. They're definitely in restructure mode. So why are the Panthers? How are the Panthers ahead of the fucking Seahawks? The Seahawks beat the Colts, and the Panthers beat the Jets. How is that? I don't understand that. I mean, yeah, they did all beat AFC teams, so, but the Colts are definitely ahead of the Jets. Okay, Cardinals Titans. This is a good one. This is a really good one here. The Cardinals added so many players. AJ Green, JJ Watt. Can't think of any more. You know, who the fuck did the Cardinals sign? They signed everyone, didn't they? Who did the Cardinals sign in free agency? Okay, Marcus Golden, Max Garcia. This is not. They're not showing the good ones though. I mean, they are, but not really. Let's see, JJ Watt, we know this. AJ Green, yes. JJ Watt, Matt Prater, Brian Winters, Malcolm Butler. That's it. Yes, can't wait for him to pick off the fucking Seahawks, and I'm gonna cry. Sean Williams, wow, Sean Williams, Colt McCoy. Let's see. Andy Lee. I was watching. Okay. All right. They got a. All right. So they got everyone. They got everyone. So the Cardinals really looking for it. Like they were a great team last year, and then they just fell apart at the end. So they were really great, and now they're figuring things out, and they got only for a couple years a lot of really good signs. And Larry Fitzgerald is probably gone soon, but but I think with that that amount of leadership, you know what I'm saying, between like D Hop and JJ Watt and Larry Fitzgerald, it's just they're a very put together team, and the amount of leadership is just phenomenal between them. The Titans lost everything. Not everything. They still have Derrick Henry and Ryan Tannehill, but I think those are their, you know. Didn't they lose A.J. Brown? I'm not prepared for this. A.J. Brown. Didn't they lose him? They didn't. Okay, they still have A.J. Brown. Okay, cool. For some reason, I was thinking they lost A.J. Brown, but they didn't. They do have A.J. Brown, but their defense is what really fell apart. And that's what, not that their defense was great to begin with, but like they lost Malcolm. I mean, it's just really not great. I think Cardinals definitely going to come away with a win. NFC West also toughest division in the NFL. So make sure this is going because obviously it is. Perfect. Okay. Cowboys, Buccaneers. This one, Cowboys, they got Dak, you know, but dude, Alton Robinson, what the fuck is he doing, man? He assault and batteried a guy because they spit on his pregnant sister. Which, not sure if that happened. If it did, then justified, but I feel like that didn't happen, you know. Antonio Brown got fucking sued on Wednesday. He got sued 2 days ago. What are you doing? Again? What are you doing? But, so hopefully he doesn't play. But, man, that was just so tempting to just break into the garlic bread, but I'm not going to because that's so disrespectful. But Cowboys and Buccaneers are just, keep in mind, like, everyone, when I see these predictions and everyone is saying Buccaneers are going to be the number 1 seed and shit, keep in mind, they were the 6th seed. Or the 5th seed. You know? They were the 5th seed. They were a wild card. You know? They weren't the best team the entire season. And all these predictions, I'm seeing people are acting like just because they were Super Bowl champions means that they were perfect the entire season. They lost to the Bears. You know? They only beat the Giants by 2 points. And that was because of some very questionable calls. But it's not like they're not, you know, they're not an amazing team. Like, they're really good. They're really good, but they're not the best team in the NFL. You know? They're just not. And they weren't all that season, and they're not going to be this season. People are acting like they're going to go undefeated just because they have all of the players back that they had when they won the Super Bowl. People think they're going to be number 1, but they're not. They're probably going to finish about the same as they did last year, you know? So I just think maybe a little bit, maybe 1 or 2 games more, but it's really, I mean, obviously Buccaneers, they have everything they need, you know? Let's see, this Eagles-Falcons, what the fuck are the Falcons doing, man? They have 0 defense. Yes, they have Kyle Pitts, awesome. They're going to have to put up a lot of points with that defense. But, what? What? You know, like, what? Why would you draft Kyle Pitts, man? Do you see how many amazing... Draft Patrick Surtain! You know? Why such a lack of defense for years, and you keep focusing on the offense. I get it. Matt Ryan doesn't have much left, you know. Matt Ryan isn't going to be there forever. Julio Jones isn't going to be there forever, you know. But Calvin Ridley isn't going to be there forever. But focus on the defense while you have that offense to back you, you know. Don't try to improve the offense that you already have. They're focusing on when the offense leaves instead of improve the defense, you know? They're focusing more on what are we going to do in 3, 4, 5 years once we don't have any of these players. They're focusing too much on the offense instead of we don't have a defense, let's address that, you know? I just don't see what the coaching staff is doing there, and I don't understand it. The Eagles, I think they're great this season. I think they're great. Yeah, I released predictions on my own, but that was before I even thought about anything, you know. But and I had the NFC East being the worst division again, except for the AFC South. I had them being the worst division in the NFC. And I had Washington winning. But now that I'm thinking about it, stupid. So Eagles they have Jalen Hurts and Devontae Smith, best wide receiver quarterback duo in the of the fucking draft, you know, best wide receiver. It's great. Jalen and Devontae Smith, they're a great pair, and yes, they lost Deshaun Jackson, but that's fine. You know, they do have to address some key points on the defense and their O-line, but other than that, they've always been a fairly decent team. Even last year when they sucked, they were still a decent team. In all of their losses, they still put up a fight. You know, and hold up. I just think, like, you know, I think they're going to be a lot better this year than they have been, and they were, and they have been. You know what I'm saying? Got to take a quick selfie. All right. So perfect. And so this is an easy one because I mean, they're just gonna light up that Falcons defense, you know. Okay, 49ers Lions. This one, I'm also gonna be using this app when I do, because this is just way too early predictions, you know, because we still have, there's probably still a lot of signings, like the Aaron Rodgers signing that's gonna happen, hopefully, because we have to face the Packers, so woo! You know what I'm saying? Because we have to face the Saints. Now they don't have Drew Brees, and then if we have to face the Packers in Lambeau Field without Aaron Rodgers, yes, dude. 49ers Lions. This one's, wow. Lions restructuring mode. They have Jared Goff, not good. They have Penei Sewell, cool. So Jared won't have to worry about broken fingers this time. But the 49ers, I think the 49ers have a really good shot at winning the division and maybe even the NFC. If they can stay healthy, which it's been so hard for them to do. They have all of their key players back, and they have such a strong defense and a strong offense. Not such a strong offense, but they do have a strong offense. I see Jimmy G starting at this point for 3 or 4 games before Trey Lance jumps in. I think they still want Jimmy G or Trey Lance to sit in the shadow of Jimmy G because, you know, I just don't think they want to start Trey out the bat. But so I think they will some point this season after Jimmy G gets injured in week 2, you know. But I think Jimmy G will start here, and that might be a downside. Because I don't know how he is after his injuries too, because that's always a big concern too. How are the Seahawks 6? Okay. But yeah, and they have such a solid defense. I'm going with the 49ers here. I think this could be another year. I don't think they're going to, but it definitely could be another year where they go undefeated until week 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Bears, Rams, this one's great. This is a great matchup. This could be top 3. I'm not sure. But this is so many good matchups in week 1. It's hard to pick them, you know. I think, honestly, I'm going to take back the Packers Saints and go Bears Rams. I think that it's going to be Browns, Chiefs, Chargers, football team, Bears, Rams. This such great games. I think the Eagles Falcons one will be good too. But the Bears, I don't know. Are they gonna? This is a question. Are they gonna start Justin Fields? Are they gonna start Andy Dalton? Are they gonna throw Nick Foles in there just for the hell of it? I think they'll start Justin Fields, but I'm not sure. And if Justin Fields starts off his NFL career against Aaron Donald sacking him 5 times in a game, and the Bears have a good defense, not as good as the Rams, not as good as at the start of this season, So and the Rams, they have Matt Stafford, they have Tutu Atwell, which, let's just look at, I forget how fucking much he weighs. Tutu Atwell, I forget how much he weighs, but fucking how much? 165 and he's 5'9". So fucking Khalil Mack is gonna fucking like tackle him off a screen or like a slant, and he's gonna die. So in week 1, this kid's gonna get so injured. I feel bad, honestly. But the Rams lost Gerald Everett. They lost some good players on defense. Mr. Johnson. I don't fucking remember the names of these players. And they're on the Rams. How do I not remember them? But I lost some key players on defense, but they still have a great defense. They still have Aaron Donald, Jalen Ramsey. And so I think this is going to be a really good one. I'm going to have to give it to the Rams because of Matt Stafford, and they do that. I think they have one of the best receiving cores in the league at this point. 2-2. What is wrong with me? How can I Cooper Kupp and what the fuck? Oh my god, dude. Oh my god, this is ridiculous. They got Deshaun Jackson. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Robert Wood and Van Jefferson. Those were the ones I was thinking of. God damn, man. That was crazy. But yeah, I'm going to give it to the Rams here. Packers, Saints, assuming A-Rod is still in here in Green Bay. This one, the Saints, they're figuring out their QB situation. Do they start Jameis Winston? Shouldn't. And do they start Taysom Hill? Definitely should. Because even when Taysom Hill, or when Drew Brees was out and Taysom Hill filled in, they still were good those games and won them. So I think Taysom Hill's a great QB. I think they should start him. I think he could be a franchise quarterback. I think he could be another Cam Newton. I really think he could be a Cam Newton or a Michael Vick. Maybe not Michael Vick with the accuracy, but a Cam Newton definitely. And so I think the Saints, they still have weapons on offense. They lost some parts of their defense, and the Packers. I think during the draft, the Packers, assessed everything that they needed. They were having problems with their defense in the playoffs, so they went and immediately addressed that. Did I say assessed instead of addressed? But yeah, I think the Packers are great. They're still the same team they were last year, except they fixed some things on defense. If they still have Aaron Rodgers. So I have to give it to the Packers, but it's going to be a real close one, because I think Taysom Hill is going to smack myself across the face from this, a top 10 QB. So then moving on, week motherfucking 2. Here we go. Now these are the same teams, so I don't have to go over all the whoop whoop whoop. Texans, Brown. Bills, Dolphins. This is going to be such a great matchup here. Josh Allen, too. But have to give, honestly, start of the season, I think the Bills are too confident. I'm going to give it to the Dolphins defense, just the slightest here. Broncos, Jags. This one, the defense Trevor is not accustomed to the NFL, and they're still in restructure mode. This defense is going to be too much for them. Patriots, Jets. This one, Patriots, Cam Newton's going to run all over them. Chiefs Ravens. The NFL always hypes this one up, even though it's always the same exact result. You know, it's not. Nothing's gonna change with this. You know. So let's see here. Raiders Steelers. This is honestly, I think these two teams are evenly matched. But the Raiders just lost too much in free agency. This is going to go to the Steelers. Bengals, Bears. This one, Bears. I still think Joe Burrow is. Oh my God, my chair keeps falling apart. I think like the Bengals have potential this season, but I don't. I don't know. Cowboys, I think, are going to be last in the NFC East. This is going to go to the Chargers once again. So Rams, Colts. This is going to be going two NFC West motherfuckers in a row for the Colts. And if the Colts get, won over by the Seahawks, but Seahawks have a better offense. So I think the Colts defense will definitely be able to stop Matt Stafford. And so this is going to be a real close one, but I'm going to have to go with the Colts here. I just think, the Rams are such a great team. I think they might win the NFC West, but I think the Colts are they're going to be able to come through. I don't think they're going to lose to two NFC Westers in a row. Titans, Seahawks, this one, like I said last week, Titans lost so much on defense, and the Seahawks offense I don't think is going to be able to be stopped. Because they got a new offensive coordinator, they have new weapons, they have some new dudes on O-line, they have Chris Carson back, so I just think Seahawks are too powerful to lose here. How are we still behind the 40? Okay. Oh, because we didn't go in against an NFC. Okay, so Giants football team, this two great defenses, two offenses. I think Washington is a better offense, and this is really gonna be a good one. I think it's Thursday Night Football, so can't fucking wait to watch that. Why did they put Lions Packers on Monday? That is terrible. But yeah, I definitely think this is gonna go to Washington, just because their defense is a lot better. And I don't think I bet the Giants will win the next division matchup against Washington, but I just don't think starting off Danny Jones is going to be able to do anything against that defense, dude. I think Chase Young is just going to trample his ass. Falcons, Bucks. This one, I'm sweating out of my ass. Tom Brady, TB, Tampa Bay. TB12 taking an early loss. Doesn't mean they're going to do bad this season, but I think they're going to take an early loss to the Falcons. Seems like, a free win for them, and I think that's what's going to, they're going to get in their heads and be like, oh, their defense sucks. Going to be a high-scoring game. Hopefully the Falcons don't blow the lead, but I do think the Falcons are going to come away with one here. Their offensive power is just going to be too much for the Bucs defense. Vikings, Cards. This is a great game here. This is a great game here. I love it. Patrick Peterson versus the Cardinals. It's great, but I think, yes, the Vikings address their defense a little bit. Address is also the word of the day. They addressed their defense a little bit, but the Cardinals added too many weapons, and they're just such a powerful offense. I don't think they'll be able to be stopped here by the Vikings. Not in week 2, not this early on. Not with, if Kyler Murray gets injured like he did, he was very injury prone last year, then yes. But 49ers, Eagles, this is a chance for the 49ers to redeem themselves after last year, after they got, by the Eagles in Sunday Night Football. Or was it Monday Night Football? Let me fucking search score. October 4th. I just want to look at the calendar. October 4th, it was Sunday. It was Sunday Night Football. Yes, dude. I was right. But 49ers, yeah. Eagles just... The 49ers are going to be such a top 10 team next year that there's, nothing here. Saints, once again, such a great QB, great offense, defense. So, and the Panthers are in restructure mode, They're looking for 3-4 years ahead. So, I just don't think starting off Taysom Hill is going to be strong. So I think don't start Jameis Winston because then you'll lose. Packers Lions, assuming A-Rod's here. Packers, because they're still shouldn't be Monday Night Football because they're still in restructure mode. So let's see. 2 p.m. Eastern. What? 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 2 p.m. Eastern on Monday Night Football? Okay, that's not true. Is it saying like when these picks came out? No, it's September 19th at 2 p.m. Why are they all saying 2 p.m.? What? Okay. Going into week 3, let's see, is the NFC 49ers on top, followed by the Packers, Washington Saints, and the entire NFC West is in the playoffs pretty much. AFC, we got Dolphins, Browns, Chargers, Jaguars, and then Broncos, Chiefs, and Pats. So here I do have Chargers ahead in the division at this point. Okay, Jets, Broncos. This is going to be a good matchup. Rematch from last year. But I think I'm going to give this one to the Jets as I did last year, and the Jets lost. But I am going to give this one to the Jets. Hopefully they do win. They can do something with it. But yeah, I think this is going to be an upset too against that Broncos defense. Now Chargers, Chiefs. This one, the Chargers had a chance to beat the Chiefs last year and didn't. And I don't think it's going to change in their first matchup this year. I think the Chiefs are really just going to run over their defense. Okay, Dolphins, Raiders. This one, rematch from last year. A lot of rematches here. Rematch from last year. I think the Raiders are going to redeem themselves. The Dolphins don't have Ryan Fitzy to make that throw. So, but yeah, I just think two is going to be really up in the air here. The defense is solid, but their offense is really what's questionable. Can Tua pull through, or are they going to have to figure out something else long term? I'm going with the Raiders here. Bengals, Steelers. This one, no offense, but I'm going to have to give this to the Bengals. Sorry, little kids, but I'm going to kill a clown today. What was that? Oh, man, that fucking freestyle where he was just doing slam poetry for 17 minutes, and it was the worst thing anyone had ever done in their lives. Sorry, kids, but I'm going to kill a clown today. Man. Okay, but Bengals, I think they got to get a win somewhere in here. Steelers have to have an upset somewhere early, and I think this is going to be it. I think the Bengals offense, it's just Steelers have a good defense, but I think part of it's falling apart. After that loss against the Browns, too, I think their defense is for sure just really on its heels, Colts, Titans. Now here, this is a good one. This is, I think, again, going to be the battle for the AFC South. Don't think the AFC... My sister is yelling, screaming at the top of her lungs downstairs while my mom is vacuuming, asking what her last name is. Hey, dude, you should know. Hello? Yo, we've been going for an hour already. Yes, dude. So, here we go. Cool. So Colts Titans battle for the AFC South again. Man, that vacuum is fucking loud. I love it so much, you know. I love how I'm like, hey mom, I'm gonna be making a video upstairs. She's like, okay. She turns on the vacuum. Yeah, Colts Titans. This is a good matchup this week. I'm gonna give this one Sunday. That's a good one. 2 p.m. Why does it say 2 p.m., man? Okay, I'm going to have to give this one to the Colts. The Titans just lost so much on defense. And yes, the Colts have Carson Wentz. But I don't... Are they going to start Carson Wentz or Phillip... Did Phillip Rivers retire? He still has a contract, right? Phillip Rivers. Former! Oh! So he did retire. He did retire. Okay, well that's... Okay. So he did retire. He finished with the... Okay, okay. How did I miss that he retired? How did I miss that? That's why I was so confused as to why they signed Carson Wentz. And I was like, what is going to go on with that? But, man, I said I wasn't going to break into this, but I fucking have to because garlic bread. Oh, yes. Love how not crunchy it is, you know? Panthers, Texans. This one, Panthers, because Sam Darnold run all over them. You know, Deshaun Watson's good and all, but last year, Deshaun Watson was the only good thing about the Texans. I don't even want to talk about the Texans, man. Dude, let's get this fucking shit out of here, dude. I don't even want to talk about the Texans. They're just awful. Panthers all the way with that one. This one, football team versus Bills. This one, Washington has which also I made a statement, I'm not calling them the football team anymore. Until they pick a name, I'm calling them the Washington Wildcards. So, let's call them the Washington Wildcards, which I think is a good name. Yo, they should fucking, there should be like, we're thinking of like names like the Washington Senators. Why? The Washington Wildflowers? That'd be fucking cool. Washington Wildcards. I think that's a good one, but obviously not. They can't make it that. But I'm gonna go Bills here just because, you know, offense gonna right over them, and the Bills have a defense too. You know, so Bears Browns. This one, Browns staying undefeated here. And I wish the Bears were fantastic, you know. I like the Bears. I want them to be fantastic. They don't have Russell Wilson, so they're not going to be. Cardinals, Jaguars getting again. See, Ravens, Lions. This one, going to have to give it to the Ravens, you know. Ravens is... Man, I need to stop biting my nails, man. Saints, Patriots. Now this one, Taysom Hill versus Cam Newton, you know. Or Mac Jones, whoever's starting there. But... Let's see. Saints, Patriots. This is honestly a hard one. I really don't. Wow. Wow, this is a difficult one here. I'm going to give it to the Saints. Here. Packers, 49ers, easy NFC Championship. 49ers sweep this shit. Falcons, Giants. This one, not going to give the Falcons 2 wins in a row because they don't deserve that. And that's not what's realistic. Giants win again. Giants on top of the NFC East here. Bucks, Rams. Now, this is a rematch from last year, and this is such a good one. I don't think the Buccaneers will be able to pull through again. I think the Rams are going to win this. Okay. Let's go. Seahawks, Vikings. This one, they always have close games, and Kirk Cousins has never beat that. I think this is going to be like a 31-28 game in favor of the Seahawks on the road in Minneapolis. Eagles, Cowboys. Is the Vikings Stadium in Minneapolis? Yeah, it is. The Minneapolis Miracle. That's... Yeah, Eagles, Cowboys. This one... Cowboys are going to be, I think, the last in the NFC East. Eagles are just going to run over this, and I hope the Giants win the division. But Eagles. So let's see this one: Jaguars, Bengals. This is going to be a good one. Battle of 1-2 teams. Joe Burrow versus Trevor Lawrence. That's honestly a really great matchup. That's why it's Thursday Night Football. They know. Rematch from that championship game that they played against each other. I don't remember which one. But yeah, Jaguars, Bengals. It's going to be going on. Bengals, I think, are the better team. So I'm going to give this to the Bengals. It's really hard here. It's really hard to pick one. It's Jaguars. They have a good offense. DJ Shark, but the Bengals have Jamar Chase, and they're figuring out their O-line. They don't have it all, but they're figuring it out, and that's their defenses are both so, but Texans Bills, not even a question. I have the Titans at 0-3 at this point. God damn. All right, Ravens Broncos. This one gonna give to the Broncos because they have such a tight defense. They have such a tight defense that I just think the Ravens will. Lamar Jackson ain't gonna move, man. Lamar Jackson. I'm fixing my socks, guys. Lamar Jackson is not gonna be able to move on this, and their wide receivers are just gonna get shut off, man. Shut up, shut out, shut off. All right, Colts, Dolphins. This one, Tua Carson. This is gonna be a great one. Dolphins have the defense against that offense. It's gonna be Dolphins all the way. Titans, Jets. This one, this is a fairly obvious one. Jets don't have a defense. Titans are gonna roll over them. I think Titans are a good team. They just have had 3 hard games in a row against Cardinals, Seahawks, and who the fuck was Colts? Yeah. All right. So Raiders, Chargers. This is divisional matchup here. 1-2, 2-1. This is a tough one, but I think it's going to be like that last game that they played last year. Raiders, Chargers, where the Chargers came through. Chargers top of the division here. Chiefs, Eagles. This is going to be a good one. Chiefs have that O-line. I don't think the Chiefs are going to be stoppable by almost any. I think they're going to be unstoppable by pretty much every team. Who did I have them see, I'm already forgetting. Who did I have them lose to? I had them lose to the Browns in week 1. That's it. Now I'll remember. I forget things. No. Steelers, Packers. This is a good one here. This is actually a really good one. A-Rod versus Ben. If he hasn't blown into the dust by week 4, this is really going to be a matchup. Steelers defense versus Packers offense. This could go either way. I'm going to give it to the Packers. I'm going to give it to the Packers with A-Rod. Without A-Rod, that's definitely a loss. Buccaneers, Patriots. Tom Brady versus his old team, the Patriots. This is such a matchup, and it's so anticipated that I think it's going to be Patriots here, and this is insane, dude. It's insane. It's insane. Buccaneers at 1-3. They're going to come back. They're going to make the playoffs. But it's just insane. I think it's such an insane matchup, and the Patriots, Bill Belichick, is not going to lose to Tom Brady. He's going to show Tom Brady, like, fuck you, dude. You shouldn't have fucking left this team. You know what I'm saying? Browns, Vikings. This is a good matchup. Browns, I think, are going to stay undefeated here. And Browns move to 4-0 at the top of the AFC North. Seahawks, 49ers. This is really a tough one here. Seahawks and 49, 2 great defenses, 2 great offenses, and I just think the 49ers are going to beat the Seahawks here. It's going to be a good matchup. Lions, Bears. This one at this point, Justin Fields will be starting. I'm sure of that, and I just think against the Bears defense, Jared Goff has never been able to do anything against the defense. The only reason Jared Goff wins games is because of his defense, you know? I think it's Bears all the way. And they lost Marvin Jones. So, Panthers, Cowboys, this is a cool one here. Panthers are 2-1 at this point. So they are a steady team, but Cowboys are going to come through. Dak is a good QB. I just think their defense is way too bad to be, but they are a good team at this point. So, football team versus the Falcons. This one, the football team, they're a good team, but the Falcons are just, I think the Falcons are too much for them, and I think this is one of those Buccaneers situations that I'm saying I think they're going to fall back and then maybe come ahead later in the season. Cardinals, Rams defense just I think the Rams could possibly sweep the Cardinals again. I think the Cardinals are going to be the worst team in the NFC West. Maybe still a playoff team. I had to crack my neck. Maybe still a playoff team, but I do think the Rams are going to roll over them this year. Giants, Saints. Now this is a great one. Great defense. I'm giving this one to the Giants. I just think the Giants are going to be overpowered next year. They have Mr. Tony. Mr. Tony. Who the fuck did they sign? What's his name? Fucking Kadarius Toney. Yeah. That's it. For the New York Giants. Is that Cam Newton? That's Cam Newton right there. That's Cam Newton, dude. That's Cam Newton. Okay. Well, anyways, moving on. Browns, Chargers. This one. This is a good-ass game here. This is a good-ass game. I love this one. I think Chargers are going to hand them their first lot. No, that's a fucking lie. Browns are going to stay steady. They're going to stay winning, man. Okay. And then we go Bills, Chiefs. This is a good one. Bills are going to come ahead here. Beat the Chiefs. Rematch. And they're going to destroy them, man. Titans, Jaguars. This is a good one. And I have the Titans winning this one. Just because, I don't think the Jaguars defense, Derrick Henry's going to roll through these motherfuckers, Broncos, Steelers. This one, two great defenses, and I'm going to have to give it to the Broncos here, And the Broncos in the playoffs, dude. I'm going to have to give it to the Broncos over the Steelers here. Patriots, Texans, this is going to be a rematch, and this is also going to be a Texans win here, just like last year. Colts, Ravens, they're going to be too confident after last week, and then they're going to get smoked. Colts, Ravens, this one's going straight to the Ravens here. Packers, Bengals, this one, dare I say it, it's Packers. With A-Rod, it's Packers for sure, Dolphins, Bucks, this one's Bucks, I love the Dolphins, and I want them to do great, but I don't think against the Buccaneers, there's really nothing that Tua can do against that defense. Plus, Lenny Fournette, I think he'll still run through the Dolphins defense. Jets, Falcons, this one, Jets don't have a defense, but I'm going to give this one to the Falcons. Then we got Bears, Raiders. This is a good one. Bears at this point have Justin Fields definitely on lock. I think they start Justin Fields out the gate, but I got fucking garlic bread stuck in my mouth, dude. I think they start Justin Fields at the gate, but it may be a mix between, I don't know why the fuck they signed Andy Dalton if they were going to try to pick Justin Fields. I think they, signed him thinking, we have no other choice. And then they were like, oh my God, we have a chance to sign a franchise QB. And Andy Dalton is just like, dude, what the fuck? But, I think this one's going to go to the Bears here. Raiders, terrible. Last in their division. Rams, Seahawks. This is a good matchup here. Good matchup. Thursday night primetime football. I just don't think Russell Wilson is gonna, Russ is gonna cook here. He's gonna cook against that defense, and we gonna pick off Matt Stafford for show. 49ers Cardinals again. 49ers is, I think, the best team in maybe the NFC and definitely the division this year. So 49ers are going to win this one if they stay healthy. If they don't stay healthy, then everything I'm saying gets thrown out the window. This one, Giants Cowboys. This one's going to be a rematch, and the Cowboys are going to do it. I think the Cowboys are going to do it. Dak Prescott, 2 games in a row. They're kind of going to get into a hot streak here, I think. But we'll see moving forward. Saints football team. This one's going to be Washington here. I keep saying football team. Saints versus the Wild Cards, man. Okay. Eagles, Panthers. This one's going to be the Eagles. Had to say it. Have to say it. Lions, Vikings. I honestly think this is going to be handed to the Vikings here. Or handed to the Lions here. Okay. They're going to get their first win. And 51 degrees and clear. Since when does it say the damn weather on my computer? 74 and partly sunny. Northampton. I'm not in Northampton. Edit location. Thank you. 70 and mostly sunny. 10% chance of rain. Okay. Yo, let's check the stocks, dude. She regrets voting for Trump. Well, honestly, yes. But neither of the presidents that we had are good. Because now, dude, gas prices and oil prices are just going so high. We're going to fall into, like, the Great Depression 2.0. I don't even want to talk about it, but so at this point, beginning of week 6, Browns are on top, 5-0. Then it's Bills, Chiefs, Colts, and then wild cards. We got Dolphins, Ravens, and Chargers here. Okay, Raiders, Broncos. This one is going to be another division game. I'm going to give this one to the Raiders. There's nothing special about the Raiders. They're just a team, you know? They're just a team. Texans, Colts. This one, I see the Texans maybe are going on a little bit of a hot streak here. Not great, but maybe rising above the Colts in a really, really bad division here. Dolphins, Jags. This one's going to be Dolphins. Chargers, Ravens. This is honestly a really tough one here. I got to go Ravens. I just think they're such a powerful team, you know. Bills, Titans. This one, honestly, I think it's going to be a rematch, and it's going to be the same result. Titans are going to win this over the Bills. Cardinals, Browns. This one, defenses are really going to clash here, and I just think Kyler Murray is going to be able to come through, give the Browns their first loss, and I think it's going to be a really good one. Really good game to watch. Hold up. Let's look it up. This one better be fucking televised here. 4 or 5. Damn it, it's not going to be. It's always the 425 games that are televised. Chiefs football team. This is Chiefs. Bengals, Lions. This one, going to be the Bengals, I think. Cowboys, Patriots. I think this is going to be the Cowboys going into that little hot streak that they like to do. The NFC East is going to be so up and down just like last year. It's same with the AFC South. Seahawks, Steelers. This one, even on the road, the Steelers are just falling apart this year, and it's going to be another Seahawks win here, and that will put the Seahawks back in the playoffs, 5-1. Whole NFC West is making the playoffs because, obviously. Buccaneers, Eagles. This one, the Buccaneers are going to fly ahead, or sail ahead. It took me so long to think of that. Yeah, they're going to sail ahead, and Packers, Bears. This one's going to be the Bears. Justin Fields just in Chicago. I think that's going to be a pretty big loss for the Packers. Rams, Giants. This is another rematch, and the Rams honestly didn't do too good last year. They beat them, 17-10. Their defense has always had problems, especially against good defenses like the Giants. And yes, they have Matt Stafford, but is their defense enough to stop the Giants? I don't think so. I'm giving this win to the Giants, which puts the Rams last place and in a very vulnerable position here in the toughest division in football, which you might argue based on this and this, but toughest division in football at this point. So Vikings Panthers, this is a good one. Panthers still just, they're rebuilding and I don't think they have what they need, so it's going to be Vikings. I think the Vikings are going to have a very similar season to last year. They're going to start off terrible and then kind of work their way up. Why is there a sleeping thing? Team coming off bye. Okay. Cool. I honestly didn't know that, and I wish I had, but I don't think there were any buys here. All right. Broncos, Browns. This one's, Browns are just their offense is great, phenomenal. Their defense is phenomenal. There's nothing the Broncos can do there against that defense and against that offense, really. Jets, Patriots. This is going to be a good one. Jets in New England, which I think is going to result in a win for the Jets. The Patriots beat the Buccaneers, and then they're losing to two, fairly teams in a row, which is fine, but get your shit together. This one's going to be the Ravens here against the Bengals. We got Chiefs, Titans. This one's going to be the Chiefs. Colts, 49ers. 49ers coming off of a bye where they've been playing phenomenally the entire season. This is going to be another 49ers win. Keep them undefeated. Texans, Cardinals. This one's going to be Cardinals here. J.J. Watt versus Deshaun Watson. Going to be great. Falcons coming off a bye. Still don't think it's going to be enough for the Dolphins and their defense. The Dolphins are going to move ahead here. Eagles, Raiders. This is going to be a really good matchup in my opinion, but I think it's going to result in a Raiders win, and the Raiders are moving up ahead of the Broncos. Here we got Bears, Buccaneers. This is going to be another rematch. Bears won last year. Now it's going to be Justin Fields versus Tom Brady. This is a really good matchup. I'm really looking forward to watching this one. I think it's going to result in a Buccaneers win, but it's going to be very, very close, and they're going to have equal records at the end. Panthers, Giants. This is a close one, too. I think it could go either way. I'm going to have to swing for the Giants here. I just think that defense is too much for Sam Darnold to handle, and I think with Sam Darnold, the Panthers are going to be a better team, but they don't have everything they need. They're really just starting to figure out. Packers football team. This one, the football team has such a great, I keep saying football team. The Washington Wildcards have such a great defense that it's really hard to say. I think this is going to be a Packers win here. Lions, Rams. This is a good one. Jared Goff versus the Rams. Matt Stafford versus the Lions. Going to result in a Rams win here. Why am I talking like that? Saints coming off of a bye, facing the Seahawks in primetime Monday Night Football. Now, this is not biased. I just think the Seahawks offense is going to obliterate the Saints defense. And the Saints, it's going to be a very, very, very high-scoring game. But the Seahawks at Lumen Field are, even coming off a bye, I think the Seahawks are going to be able to do, what they do best and just... Dolphins against the Bills at home coming off a bye. This is a guaranteed, Bills Mafia is just fucking great. Bills win this one. Jump ahead in the division. Steelers, Browns. Steelers coming off a bye versus the Browns. Honestly, I think this could go either way. I'm going to give it to the Steelers here coming off a bye. Patriots, Chargers coming off a bye, which Chargers, such a great team already here. I'm going to give them this win against the Patriots, who, not great. Titans, Colts here. This is a rematch, and last time the Colts won, this time it's going to be the Titans, I think. Bengals versus Jets. This one. This is a hard one. Could go either way, too. I'm going to give this one to the Bengals here. The Wild Cards versus the Broncos. This is a great one. This is a great one, This is going to be Washington. Now, Jaguars, this doesn't count as an easy win. Jaguars coming off of a bye. Such a great offense. I just think that their defense, I don't think their defense is going to be able to do anything against Russell Wilson and the Hawks. So I'm going to give the Seahawks a win here. Rams, Texans, this is honestly, Rams win. I mean, come on. Giants versus Chiefs. This is, I could give it to the Giants, but no, it's going to go to the Chiefs and Mr. Mahomes. Packers, Cardinals, primetime, Thursday night football. Okay, this, how long have we been streaming here, dude? An hour and 25 minutes. Okay, just had to check. Packers and Cardinals, primetime, Thursday night football. This is wow. This is a good one. I think this is going to be, the Packers are going to get their asses handed to them by the Cardinals. The Cardinals are just going to annihilate these fools. Best division in the NFL. 49ers, Bears. This is a crazy one. This is such a good one. This is, I'm torn either way, but I'm torn, but I think it's going to be the Bears. The 49ers are going to have their first loss here. Panthers, Falcons. That's great. Panthers are just, with Sam Darnold, I think they're going to be able to come through and do something against that defense. Let's see. Eagles, Lions. Okay. Eagles, Lions. This is, I'm going to give this one to the Lions. You know, I mean, this could go either way. I just think the Eagles are kind of falling out of their groove, you know. Buccaneers, Saints. This one, good division matchup. I'm giving this to the Saints. It's a toss-up. I'm giving that one to the Saints. Let's see. Cowboys, Vikings, both coming off of both good, evenly matched teams. I'm giving this to the Cowboys. They're on that streak almost, and I think they're jumping ahead here a little bit, a wee little bitty. Let's see. Jets, Colts. This is a good one. This is a good one here. Carson Wentz versus Sam Darnold. I'm going to give this one to the Colts here because it's the Jets. You know, Browns, Bengals. This one, Browns here. Texans, Dolphins, Bills, Jaguars. Packers, Chiefs. This is going to be, I think this is definitely going to be a loss for A-Rod. I think Chiefs are jumping ahead here. They're doing what they do best. They're not going to be as great as last year, I think. I mean, they do have it online, so they could be, but I think they're going to have a few more losses, but they're going to be good. Broncos, Cowboys. This defense is just going to smoke the Cowboys here. Let's see. Chargers, Eagles. This is going to the Chargers here. Raiders coming off a bye, but that doesn't matter to the Giants defense. Patriots, Panthers. This is going to be the Panthers going on a little bit of a streak here. Patriots sucking worse than last year. Titans, Rams. This is a really good one. I'm going to give this one to the Titans. It's a real toss up here, and I did say the Rams were going to win the division, but that was before I made my bets. Vikings versus Ravens off the bye. This going to be, oh man, I think honestly this is going to be a what am I thinking of? How am I blanking right now? We're going to sit here until I think of it. This is going to be an upset for the Ravens. This is, how did I not think of upset? That's disgusting. Bears, Steelers. This is a good one here. I think the Bears are going to come ahead. You know, Bears do what they do, and they might fall ahead like last season, or fall down like last season. Cardinals, 49ers rematch. I'm going to give this to the 49ers again. Falcons, Saints. This one's going to the Saints here. Here we go. Ravens, Dolphins. This is such a good matchup. And I have to give this to the Ravens, but I think it's going to be really close, and it really could go either way. This one's going to be the Colts here. Bills versus Jets. Got to give it to the Bills. Browns, Patriots. Got to give it to the Browns here. Chiefs versus Raiders. Honestly, I see an upset coming. I'm giving it to the Raiders. Eagles versus Broncos. I'm going Eagles here. Vikings, Chargers. Chargers. Lions coming off of bye. Doesn't matter to the Steelers. Here. Saints versus Titans. I'm giving this win to the Saints, who are now ahead in their division. Panthers versus Cardinals. I give this to the Cardinals. Falcons, Cowboys. Cowboys on that hot streak. Buccaneers coming off of a bye. There's Washington Wildcards coming off of a bye. It's going to Buccaneers, but it's definitely going to be a close one. It's a good rematch. Seahawks coming off of a bye versus the Packers. Seahawks have had such a terrible history at Lambeau Field, and we usually don't do great coming off of a bye. I'm going to give this one to the Packers. As much as I hate to do so, I'm going to give it to the Packers. Rams, 49ers. This is going to be another loss for the 49ers and put the Rams back in the playoffs here. Why am I talking in this voice? I hate it, but it just automatically comes out whenever I talk for a long period of time. Colts versus Bills. This I think is going to be an upset. Colts are going to come through. Rematch of an AFC playoff game. An AFC playoff game. But yeah, I think Colts are going to upset this one. Steelers, Chargers. This is a good one here. I think Steelers are going to pull off an upset here. Maybe come back, a little bit throughout the season. Dolphins versus Jets. This one, Dolphins, even though they're in New York, even though they're in MetLife Stadium, I don't think it'll matter for the Jets. Dolphins defense is going to smoke them. Bengals coming off of a bye. Raiders, I think, are going to win this one. Texans coming off a bye. This is going to be an upset here, in my humble opinion. Patriots, Falcons, I give the Patriots the win on this one. Ravens in Chicago, off a bye from the Bears. This is going to be Bears. That's going to be a really good matchup to see here. 6-3 Bears versus 6-3 Ravens. Browns, Lions. This one, I gotta give an upset to the Browns now. Let's see, Cowboys, Chiefs. This is honestly a good one. I think it's gonna be a really good matchup. I'm gonna give it to the Chiefs because Patty Mahomes, man, what are you gonna do? I gotta give the 49ers a win here. Saints, Eagles rematch, and the Eagles are gonna come through with that popular upset like they like to do on the Saints, man. Okay, now we got Washington Wildcards versus the Panthers here. This is gonna be a good one. I'm gonna give it to Washington. I just think they'll be able to do something here, You know what I'm saying? Nah, I mean. I said that this was going to be the worst division, but they're not as bad as this and this. So, Cardinals, Seahawks. This one at Lumen Field, they got the 12th man back. I'm going to give this one to the Seahawks. Packers, Vikings. This is I got to give this one to the Vikings, man. I think the Packers are really going to... I've been saying that this is with A-Rod here, but I haven't been picking like it's with A-Rod there. You know what I'm saying? Ow. I just popped everything. Giants off the bye on the road in Tampa Bay. Don't think it matters off the bye. I have the Buccaneers winning this one. Let's go Steelers, Bengals. I have a Steelers winning this one. Even though it's on the road, doesn't matter. Chargers versus the Broncos off the bye. This is going to be an upset here. Broncos there. Let's see. Titans versus Patriots here. This is going to be another Patriots win, which is going to put the Colts ahead in that division in the AFC South. Browns versus Ravens. This is such a good one, and it's going to result in a Browns loss here. Jets versus Texans. This is going to be a Jets win here. Put them still in last place, but put them at 3-8. Raiders, Cowboys. This is a good one. I think the Raiders are going to come through with a win here. 6-5, still looking good. Not in playoffs, but still looking good. Bills, Saints. I think this one is going to be an upset from the Saints. Nope, didn't mean to do that. I don't do ties when I do predictions. Buccaneers versus Colts. This one, I think this is going to be a Buccaneers win here. I just think, Buccaneers offense is going to go right through the Colts defense. And Carson Wentz can't do anything, man. Panthers versus Dolphins. I'm going to give this one to the Dolphins here. Falcons, Jags, giving this to the Actually, giving this to the Jaguars, sorry. I just think, their defense, it's a toss-up, but I think the Jaguars are going to do better than last year. They're not going to be 1-16, but, still not going to be great, as you can see right here. Let's see. Bears, Lions. I think the Lions are going to come through, pull out an upset here. Vikings 49ers. This is, I think, in my opinion, going to be a Vikings upset against the 49ers. Vikings are still a steady team here. They're going to hand the 49ers that damn loss there. Eagles versus Giants. I think this is going to be a very good divisional matchup. Even though it's in MetLife Stadium, I got to give it to the Eagles here. And the Giants fall to 0-3 for their division. Rams off the bye against the Packers. This is a very hard one, and a rematch from the playoffs. I give this one to the Rams. Packers fall to 6-6. Seahawks versus the Wild Cards. Now this one is a very good one. I'm gonna give this one to Washington. I think their defense is really gonna come through, and we had a close game last year, but I really think that Washington is gonna come through, and they're gonna win by just a little bit. Now, let's go. Chargers, Bengals. I'm going to give this one to the Chargers. Broncos against the Chiefs coming off a bye. This is going to the Chiefs. Broncos fall to last place. Ravens versus Steelers. Give this one to the Steelers here. No, that was a lot. Give this one to the Ravens. Colts versus Texans. Colts are going to come through with a win here. Go to 6-7. A game and a half ahead of the Titans. Patriot and the Titans are on a bye, so that's not great for the Titans. But Patriots versus Bills. This is going to be a Bills win here. Giants versus Dolphins. This is really a tough one. I think this is going to be one of the best games this week. Why did I wind up so much? This is going to be one of the best games. But I'm going to give this win to the Giants, honestly. It's a tough one. I got to give it to the Giants. Eagles versus Jets. This one, I'm going to have a Jets upset. They're going to jump ahead of the Patriots here. Washington Wildcards versus the Raiders. This one's going to Washington. Raiders fall to 6-6, 500. This is going to be Jaguars versus the Rams. Now this one, Rams win this, jump 8 wins for 3 different teams in the NFC West. Cowboys versus the Saints. This one, I'm going to give this to the Saints. Saints jump to 7-5. They're not going to be as great as last year, but they're not going to be terrible too. Cardinals coming off of a bye against the Bears. I give this one to the Cardinals off of the bye. They're great. They're all rested up, and I think they're going to have some injuries at this point in the season, but, so that bye is definitely going to help them. How has it dropped 2 degrees in 20 minutes? So, nope, don't do that. Don't do that. Buccaneers versus Falcons. This is going to be a Buccaneers win. Falcons fall to 3-9, worst in the division, which is fine. Vikings Lions. This one's going to be a Vikings win here. They're going to jump ahead of the Packers here. 49ers Seahawks. This is going to be a Seahawks win at home. Sunday Night Football. This is really going to be a good one. This is going to be a good one to watch. I think it's going to be a really close one. And we go this week. We go Ravens. This week we go Ravens, Browns, coming off a bye. Browns are going to win this, jump to 10-3. Raiders versus Chiefs is going to be a Chiefs win here. Jaguars versus Titans off a bye. Titans win this one. Jaguars fall to 2-11. Steelers, Vikings. Vikings are going to win this one, jump to 7-6. 49ers versus Bengals. This is a good one there. 49ers. Lions win this one against the Broncos, putting the Broncos back in last place. Which they already were in last place. Bills versus Buccaneers. This is going to be a really good one. I'm going to give this one to the Bills here. And we got Giants versus Chargers. I give this one to the Chargers. Saints Jets. I give this to the Saints, and this to the Seahawks, who are now 10-3. Cowboys versus Washington Wildcards. I give this one to Washington Wildcards. Bears versus Packers. Off a bye in Lambeau Field. That one's going to the Packers there. Vikings jump ahead, top of the division. Rams versus I skipped one. Falcons versus the Panthers off a bye. Panthers are going to win this one, jump to 5-8, similar to last year, you know what I'm saying? Rams versus Cardinals. Even though it is in Arizona, I'm going to give this to the Rams here. So Rams jump ahead. Cardinals are now out of the playoffs. And let's go to Chiefs versus Chargers. This is going to be a rematch. I think Chargers are going to come through with a win here. Bengals versus Broncos. I give it to the Broncos here. Raiders versus Browns. I think this is going to be a pretty big upset. I'm giving this to the Raiders. Patriots off a bye versus Colts off a bye. Patriots are going to win this one. I think the Colts are just going to be slapped, you know. See, Jets versus Dolphins at home off a bye. Dolphins are going to win this one. Jump to 9-5, just half a game behind the Bills. The Texans versus the Jaguars. This I'm going to give to the Jaguars. Titans versus Steelers. I am calling an upset here by the Steelers. Not really an upset because now they're even, but I have a Steelers win here. Panthers versus Bills. This is going to be a Bills. Ravens, Packers. I have the Packers winning here, going 8-6, jumping back ahead into this division. Falcons versus 49ers. 49ers are taking this one. Saints versus Buccaneers. I have the Buccaneers going ahead in this one, reclaiming their spot first in the division. Eagles off a bye versus the football team. Eagles at home are going to win this one. Giants jump back to first place. Cowboys versus Giants. I had the Giants winning this one at home, so now they're up by a game and a half. Cardinals versus Lions. I have the Cardinals winning this one versus the Lions. Seahawks, Rams. This is a tough one. I have the Rams winning in LA versus the Seahawks. Seahawks fall to third in the division. Vikings versus Bears. Bears are going to win this one, in my opinion. That's just what I think, guys, okay? How long we've been streaming for? All of the time, 142. Cool. See, Ravens versus Bengals. I see a Ravens win here. Steelers, Chiefs. Chiefs are winning this. Chiefs are 11-4 here. Jaguars are going to win this one. Jets are going to fall to 4-11. I have Bills and Patriots. I have the Patriots upsetting the Bills here in Foxborough. Broncos versus Raiders. I have the Broncos going here and then jumping ahead of the Raiders. Texans, I have Chargers winning this, jumping to 10-5, still holding their spot as the first wild card in the AFC. Then we have 49ers at Titans. This is going to be a 49ers win. 49ers are going to jump ahead by a game here. Colts versus Cardinals. This is going to be, I think, a Colts win here. Colts are going to jump ahead by a game and a half. Browns versus Packers. This is going to be a Packers win, upset for the Browns here, but they are still top of their division and second place behind the Chiefs. Dolphins versus Saints. I think even though they're on the road, I think the Dolphins are going to be able to come through with a win, and they're going to jump ahead with a 4-1 division record over the Bills. Washington Wildcards versus the Cowboys. This is going to be another Washington win here. Giants, Eagles. This is going to be a Giants win here. Lions versus Falcons. I give the win to the Falcons here. They're just winning, you know. Buccaneers are going to win this one. Bears at Seattle. I'm giving this one to Seattle here. Just they have the 12th man, you know. Rams versus Vikings. I give this one to the Rams. So now 11-4 for three different teams in the NFC West. This is all if the 49ers stay healthy. If they don't, then it's going to be a completely different story. Chiefs, Bengals. Chiefs are going to win this one. Jump to 12-4. Broncos, Chargers. Chargers winning this one. Raiders versus Colts. Colts are going to win this one. Go to a steady 500. Jaguars versus Patriots. This one is going to be Patriots. Patriots are back 7-9. Their final record of last year. Jaguars are 4-12. Not great, but better than last year. Dolphins Titans. This one I'm giving to the Dolphins. Then we have Browns at Steelers. Browns are going to take the 11-5 here. Texans versus 49ers. 49ers ahead in their division now. Falcons versus Bills. This is going to be Bills here. Now they're going to be tied here, just losing by half a game. Losing their division by half a game. Buccaneers versus Jets. Buccaneers are going to win their division here. After a good one, they're going to finally win and clinch their division and clinch their playoff spot. Rams versus Ravens here. This is going to be a really good one. I think the Ravens are going to take this, put the Rams to 11-5. Ravens are going to jump to 10-6. Giants Bears. I have the Bears winning this one, jumping to 9-7 here. Cardinals versus Cowboys. This is going to be a Cowboys upset here versus the Cardinals. Eagles versus Washington. In Washington, I'm giving this win to the Eagles. So Eagles are going to jump to 8-8 here. Vikings versus Packers. Giving a win to the Packers in Lambeau Field. Panthers versus the Saints here. This is I don't know, this is a good one. This is, honestly, I think this is going to be a really good one, but I'm going to have to give the win to the Saints here. Lions versus Seahawks. I'm giving the win to the Seahawks, so they will jump ahead in the NFC West and be first in their conference here. Now we have Jets versus Bills. I have the Bills for this one. Bills will finish with a 12-5 record. Jets will finish with a 4-13 record. Chiefs versus Broncos. I have Chiefs winning this. Chiefs finish 13-4. Broncos finish 7-10, which is still better than last year. Bengals versus Browns. Browns win this. Browns finish 12-5, win the AFC North, and the Bengals finish 4-13. Patriots versus Dolphins. I have the Dolphins winning this one. Dolphins win the AFC East, finish 12-5. Patriots finish third, miss out on the playoffs 2 years in a row, go 7-10 here. Colts versus Jaguars. I have the Colts winning this one. Colts win their division 9-8. And everyone else falls out of the playoffs. Worst division in the AFC. Like I said before this video. Chargers versus Raiders. Chargers win this one. Chargers finish 12-5 and finish a good wild card team here. Steelers versus Ravens. I have the Ravens winning this. Ravens finish 11-6 and now are the last wild card spot. Can they hold on to this spot? Absolutely, because there's no one that can beat them now. Titans versus Texans. This is going to be a Titans win here. Titans finish 7-10, just miss out. That's crazy. 11-6 is the seventh spot, and 7-10 is the 8th spot. So Titans miss out on the playoffs. Panthers, Buccaneers. This is going to be a Buccaneers win. Buccaneers already won their division, but they're going to finish strong. Finish 12-5. This right here, Seahawks versus Cardinals. These are always close games. I'm going to give this to the Cardinals here. Cardinals 10-7, back in the playoffs. Seahawks now fall to 12-5 and finish there. Now, Cardinals just have to hope and pray, that the actually, I don't think, no, there's no way for the Cardinals to actually make the playoffs here. Cowboys versus Eagles. This is going to be an Eagles win here, I think, versus the Cowboys. Eagles are going to go to 9-8, and this is going to be Saints versus Falcons. This is going to be a Saints win. Saints are going to go to 10-7 here. Football team versus the Giants. Actually, there is a way for them to make the playoffs. Okay, so wild card. So they are wild card here. So it could be either the Cardinals, the Bears, or the Saints here that win. Actually, I don't know if it could be the Bears, but maybe. Yeah, it could be, I think. Football team, Washington, versus the Giants. I have the Giants winning this. Giants go to 10-7, win their division. Finally, football team goes 8-9. Packers versus Lions. Packers win this one, win their division at 11-6. 49ers, Rams. This is going to be, I think, a Rams win. Rams are going to jump first in the division. Rams are going to win the division. Bears, Vikings. This is going to be a Bears win on the road. Bears are going to make the playoffs. Cardinals are going to fall out. And that is your safe scenario, because that's it. Scenario name. The real deal, though. The real... Damn, I'm in fucking the real deal. Yo, I'm in caps. Okay. The real deal. Okay. So it's going to finish. It's going to be Chiefs with a bye, and then it's going to be Browns taking on the Ravens, hosting the Ravens. Then it's going to be Dolphins hosting the Bills here. Or what am I talking about? Dolphins hosting the Chargers here. And then it's going to be Colts hosting the Bills for a good rematch in the wildcard round. Then it's going to be Rams with the bye. Then it's going to be Buccaneers hosting the Bears. Good game there. Rematch. Buccaneers hosting the Bears. Packers hosting the 49ers. Giants hosting the Seahawks here. Cool, cool, cool. Cool, cool, cool. And let's see. For this one, it's going to be crazy. Bills versus the Colts. Bills are on the road, and the Colts weren't so steady throughout the season. This is going to be another Bills win. Sending the Colts home, sending Carson Wentz home without a playoff win. Chargers versus Dolphins. This is a really good one. Chargers offense versus Dolphins defense. I think the Dolphins are going to come up and win this at home. Ravens versus Browns. The Browns are too powerful this season for the Ravens to overcome them. This is going to be a Browns win here in the playoffs. Browns play great in the playoffs. Seahawks versus Giants. This is going to be a very close one with the defense versus this offense. This is going to result in a Seahawks win, but again, very, very close, possibly even overtime. We have 49ers being hosted by the Packers. This is going to be a 49ers win here. I don't think the Packers are going to have a chance to even make it to the NFC Championship this year. And then we have Bears being hosted by the Buccaneers. This is going to be, a Buccaneers win here in Tampa Bay. Then we go next week, divisional round. It's going to be Dolphins hosted by the Browns here. This is going to be an amazing matchup. This is going to be a Browns win, and this is going to be a Chiefs win coming off that first round bye. So that means this AFC Championship is going to be wild. Then we have Seahawks being hosted by the Buccaneers. This is going to be a Buccaneers win. Seahawks being sent home, divisional round. Hurts. 49ers being hosted by the Rams after a first round bye. This is going to be a Rams win here off that bye. Then we go to the conference championship. Browns being hosted by the Chiefs. A rematch here. I think the Browns are going to come through. Browns make the Super Bowl this year. Then we have Buccaneers being hosted by the Rams. This is going to be a match, but the Rams are just going to come through. Then we have the Super Bowl, Rams versus the Browns. Best defenses. Browns just have the better offense. Browns win. There you have it. Browns win the Super Bowl for the 2021-2022 season. Woo! That was great. Wow, that was great. Awesome. That was great. That was awesome. Whew. And can't wait to look through all my predictions and have them all be wrong. But I think these are pretty accurate. Browns, Ravens, Colts, Dolphins, Bills, Chiefs, and Chargers making them. And then Packers, Bears, Buccaneers, Giants, Rams, Seahawks, 49ers making it. And then the Cardinals just missing out again. Just barely missing out. Wow, this looks great. Bills, Colts. Bills won this off the first round bye. Browns win. Wow, that's great. I love this one. I love the Browns winning here. That's great. It's great. Wow, love it. So there you have it. Browns are your Super Bowl championships. Browns are your Super Bowl champions. Manscaped ad. I see that Manscaped ad right there, man. Where'd it go? It disappeared, but the Manscaped ad is right there. That is awesome, dude. All right, cool. Well, that's going to do it for this video. Probably won't make a video on this channel for a fucking while. So, see y'all. See ya. Later.